This OnlyFans model got an apartment from OP's father, while he stuck OP with all the loans for his expensive medical bills. Dad's dead, and he left everything to a 23-year-old who makes porn and calls herself Kitty Divine online. I'm 29, Dad was 56. He died 3 weeks ago, liver failure, spent 2 months in ICU before that. I was there for all of it because his girlfriend Maya showed up twice total. Both times she stayed maybe 20 minutes and left, saying hospitals give her bad vibes. Second time she was filming a TikTok in the parking lot when I came out to move my car, doing some dance with the caption, "Visiting Bay Heartbreak Hospital." We had the will reading yesterday. Dad's lawyer Pemberton kept doing this thing where he'd start a sentence and then stop and apologize. The apartment Dad bought in 2019, worth like $340K now, he left to Maya. His car, Maya. Savings account split between me and my half-sister Jen, that's maybe $8 grand each. Then Pemberton slides over this other paper and it's medical debt, $140,000. Apparently because I was Dad's healthcare proxy, I'm responsible for it. Some legal thing I didn't understand when I signed forms at 2 a.m. in the ICU, while Dad was unconscious and Maya was posting thirst traps from his bed at home. Maya was at the will, reading, doing her nails, these long white acrylics with rhinestones that kept clicking on her phone screen. When Pemberton finished, she goes, "Cool, so when do I get the keys?" And I swear to God, he looked like he wanted to die. Here's some context. Dad met Maya 8 months ago on Seeking Arrangement, or one of those sugar baby websites. She does OnlyFans, has like 50K Instagram followers, promotes detox teas and vibrators. When Dad introduced us, she was wearing a shirt that said "Daddy's Girl" across the chest, and I had to leave the restaurant and sit in my car for 15 minutes. She moved into his apartment after like 3 weeks. Started redecorating immediately. I came over once and she'd painted his bedroom hot pink and installed a ring light the size of a fucking hula hoop. Dad just sat there smiling while she showed me her filming setup, explaining her content strategy like I was a potential investor. The medical debt thing, most of it is from his last month. There was this experimental treatment his insurance wouldn't cover, cost like $60K, and Dad begged me to approve it, while Maya stood in the corner FaceTiming someone about a brand deal. He kept saying, "I need more time, I need to make sure Maya's taken care of," and I signed the papers because what the fuck else do you do when your dad is dying? Didn't work, obviously. He died on a Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. I was there holding his hand. Maya didn't answer her phone. I called 4 times. She posted on Instagram 7 hours later a photo of them at some club. Caption was, "Lost my best friend today. Heartbreak. Heaven gained an angel. Baby angel. Rip daddy." The post has 4,200 likes. I went to the apartment yesterday after the will reading because I still had a key. She changed the locks. There's a new deadbolt and one of those video doorbells. I looked through the window and the living room is completely different. Painted this bright pink, ring lights everywhere. His bookshelf is gone. Dad spent like 15 years collecting books, old sci-fi novels. Mostly I can't see a single one. His bedroom, I could see through the hallway. There's a stripper pole installed now. Professional setup, the whole thing. I've been getting hospital bills all week. They keep finding new charges. Yesterday, I got one for $23,000 for some specialist consultation in his last week that apparently wasn't included in the original total. The bills come to my address because I was his emergency contact. They're piling up on my kitchen counter, and every time I look at them, the number gets bigger. I make $52,000 a year. My rent is $1,400 a month. My car has 190K miles, and the check engine light's been on for 6 months. The math doesn't work. I've tried doing it every way, and the numbers don't fit into any version of my life. My half-sister Jen was on speakerphone for the will reading. She lives in Oregon with 3 kids. After it ended, she called me back and kept saying, "You need to contest this. This can't be legal." But I could hear her husband in the background telling her to stay out of it, and her voice had this edge that meant she was relieved it wasn't her problem. She hung up after 10 minutes saying the kids needed dinner. Maya posted a story today, a boomerang of her opening the apartment door with a key. Caption said, "Officially a homeowner at 23 House Sparkles, manifesting works, babe." There's this thing I keep thinking about. When I was packing up Dad's stuff from the hospital room, there was a get well card on the table. It had a cartoon puppy on it holding flowers. Inside it said, "Get better soon, Daddy. Need you home 2 hearts, your kitten." And there was a lipstick kiss mark. The nurse saw me reading it and goes, "Oh, that came last week. Isn't that sweet?" And I asked if Maya had dropped it off, and she said no, it came through some delivery service. Maya had ordered it online. Didn't even write it herself, just typed the message into a website, and they printed it and added the kiss mark and mailed it. I threw it away, but I can't stop thinking about that fucking puppy holding flowers. Pemberton said Maya was added to the apartment deed 4 months ago, so it's legally airtight. 4 months ago, Dad was in the hospital the first time. He could barely sign his own name. I watched him struggle to write on insurance forms. But apparently he was conscious enough to add his girlfriend of 4 months to a $340,000 property deed. I don't know what I'm asking. If there's a way to contest this. If the debt is actually mine. If I'm supposed to just accept that my dad's 23-year-old girlfriend, who I met 8 months ago, gets everything, and I get $140,000 in bills for keeping him alive long enough to sign his apartment over to her. She's posting apartment tour videos on TikTok now. Posted one this morning showing the bedroom, the pole, the ring lights. Someone in the comments said, "Didn't your BF just die?" And she replied, "Celebrating his memory by living my best life like he would have wanted 2 hearts." The video has 340K views. I'm sitting here looking at a hospital bill for $140,000 and her TikTok of my dead dad's apartment, and I can't make any of it make sense. Update: talked to a lawyer, and it's worse than I thought. It's been like 5 weeks since my last post. I found a lawyer through legal aid. Her name's Ms. Ortiz. She did a free consultation and then took my case pro bono after I showed her everything because she said, and I quote, "This situation is fucked up enough that I'm interested." So first, the good news, I guess. The medical debt thing, Pemberton was either wrong or lying. Healthcare proxy doesn't make you responsible for someone's debts. The hospital can bill the estate, but they can't come after me personally unless I signed something saying I'd pay, which I didn't. Ortiz said to forward all the bills to her and she'd handle it. The hospital's been calling me twice a day, and I've just been letting it go to voicemail. Now the bad news. Maya is actually legally entitled to the apartment. My dad added her to the deed in February. I checked the dates, and that was right after his first hospital stay, before things got really bad. He was coherent then. He knew what he was doing. Ortiz said we could maybe argue undue influence, but it'd be expensive to fight, and we'd probably lose, since he was documented as mentally competent when he signed. But here's the absolutely insane part. I went through my dad's emails because I still had his password. He used the same one for everything. Found out he took out a $50,000 personal loan in January. The money went straight to Maya's account. There's Venmo transactions labeled "for your business, babe," and investment in your future. Her business, her OnlyFans. My dad took out a loan to fund his girlfriend's porn career, and now that debt is part of his estate, which means it comes out of whatever's left before me and Jen get anything. There's basically nothing left. The savings account I thought had $16K in it. After they settle his debts, it'll be like $900 total for both of us. I tried to call Maya to talk about this like an adult. She answered on the 3rd try, and I could hear people talking in the background, music playing. I asked if we could meet up to discuss my dad's stuff, and she went, "I don't think that's a good idea. My therapist says I need to protect my energy right now." Then she hung up. My half-sister Jen is threatening to sue, but her husband talked her down. He's a lawyer, different kind, but he looked at everything and said we'd spend more on legal fees than we'd ever get back. Jen's pissed at me like this is somehow my fault because I was the one there making decisions. We haven't talked in 2 weeks. Found out Maya's been doing house tours on her TikTok, posted a video of my dad's apartment, well, her apartment now, showing off how she redecorated. The wall where my dad had all his photos, she put up this neon sign that says, "That girl." His bedroom is her filming room now. There's a pole installed. The video has 290K views. Someone in the comments asked if she was sad about her sugar daddy dying, and she replied, "Everything happens for a reason. 2 hearts sparkles." Edit: Maya's pregnant. She posted it an hour ago. 6 weeks along, which means it happened right before my dad died or right after. I can't tell which is worse. The announcement photo is her holding a positive pregnancy test in front of the neon sign. Caption says, "New chapter baby, medium light, skin tone, cherry blossom." The comments are full of people congratulating her. Someone asked about the father and she hearted the comment but didn't reply. I'm sitting in my car outside a grocery store and I've been here for 40 minutes just staring at this post trying to do the math on the timing. Update: she's selling the apartment. 2 months since the pregnancy announcement. Maya listed my dad's apartment for sale 3 days ago. $385,000. She's pricing it high because the market's good right now, and she invested in improvements, which means the pink paint and ring lights, I guess. Her realtor posted photos. She staged it like a regular apartment, took down all her filming equipment, painted over the pink with beige. You'd never know what it looked like before. In the master bedroom photo, there's this generic canvas art that says "Home Sweet Home," and I had to close my laptop for a while. She's moving, apparently. Her Instagram story yesterday was her looking at houses in Arizona, some gated community with a pool. She's showing now, like visibly pregnant in all the photos, doing that thing where she holds her stomach. The baby's a boy. She announced it with blue balloons. I haven't told Jen yet because she'll just get mad again, and there's nothing to do about it anyway. The apartment was Maya's legally. She can sell it. Ortiz confirmed it. We have no claim. My dad's debt is mostly settled now. The estate had to pay what it could. The rest got discharged. I didn't have to pay anything. Ortiz was right about that. But there's no inheritance left at all. Jen got $240 after everything was divided up. I got $240. We each got what amounts to like 3 nice dinners for watching our dad die. I drove past the apartment 2 nights ago. I don't know why. There's a sold sign already. Pending sale. She had it listed for 4 days and someone's already buying it, probably over asking knowing this market. The lights were on inside. I could see Maya through the window. She was doing a photo shoot or something, posing sideways to show her stomach. There was someone else there with the camera. She was laughing. I could see her face. She looked happy. My dad used to live there alone before he met her. He'd invite me over sometimes for dinner, and we'd sit on his couch watching whatever game was on, not talking much, but it was fine. It was ours. That couch is gone now. She sold all his furniture to some vintage dealer. I found the receipt in his email. Everything that was him is just gone, and she's selling the space where he existed for enough money to buy a house in a gated community in Arizona. The baby's due in January. She's been posting about the nursery she's planning, all white and gold. There's a registry. One of her followers sent me the link to try to make me mad, I think. It worked. $400 strollers, designer baby clothes. People are buying things off it, strangers who watch her content and feel invested in her life. I wanted to post this earlier, but I kept starting and deleting it. There's no question this time, no advice I need. It's done. She won. That's the whole story. Jen sent me a text yesterday, first time we've talked in weeks. Just said, I'm sorry about all of it. I didn't know what to say back, so I just hearted the message. There's no resolution here, no twist where Maya gets what she deserves or whatever. She's selling the apartment for a profit, having a baby, moving to a nicer place. My dad's gone and she got everything, and that's just how it is. And that's it for this trash story. Thanks for your hopefully not wasted time. If you want more stories like this or from other subreddits, subscribe or at least drop a like. At least I'll know someone's actually into this. Bye, guys.